Hello and welcome back to another class. My name is Tati. For those of you new here, welcome. For those of you who've practiced with me before, welcome back. If you haven't already subscribed, please do that and hit the like button if you enjoyed. It really helps support my channel. And yes, with that, I'd like to welcome you to this 4-part series, the element series. So today's class will be for the water element. So think flowy, fluid. So think about the qualities of water. There's nothing really that water can't whittle down. So it has an immense strength, and if it can't go straight through something, it always finds a way to go around it. So these are some really interesting qualities that we might like to think about also when we're off the mat. And then of course, the fact that our bodies are mostly made up of water. It helps carry all of the nutrients and waste materials throughout our body. So I really hope that you enjoy this water element series and keep an eye out for the other 3 elements that we'll be covering in other classes. You don't have to do them in any particular order. And with that, I'd say let's get started. Today we'll be starting in a comfortable cross-legged position and starting by finding a nice tall spine. If cross-legged is not comfortable for you, you can always slide a block underneath the legs or place the feet flat on the mat and just hold underneath the knees. For everyone in a comfortable cross-legged position, closing down the eyes, relaxing the shoulders, unclenching the jaw, and just arriving in today's practice. Sense into the body, the movement you're feeling. So with each beat of your heart, there's a lot of fluid moving through your body, nourishing your cells with oxygen, removing waste products and carbon dioxide from the cells that are exhaled. So taking a deep breath in through the nose and exhale out. Breathing in and exhale out. Blinking open the eyes. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms to touch. Exhale, bringing the prayer to heart center. Setting your intention for today, or following the intention I suggest, which is I am fluid and willing to go with life's flow. So I am fluid and I am willing to go with life's flow. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, and exhale, right fingertips float down, left arm sweeps up and over, finding that length. And think about grounding both sit bones. So just take a little check that the left bum is still on the earth. And if you need to come up a bit, feel free to do that, or rest the right hand on the hip. So inhale, stretching those left fingertips a little bit further, maybe gazing up towards the fingers or to the mat. And exhale like a wave, swimming through the air, left fingertips sweep over and land on the left side, right arm sweeps up and over. So imagine yourself swimming through the air. Inhale, right fingertips pull over towards the left side, rooting the sit bones. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, we're doing that once more on each side. Right fingertips swimming down, left arm up and over, stretching, finding length. Exhale, other side, right fingertips sweep up and over, arcing. And exhale, coming back through center, placing the hands on the knee and then drawing circles. So chest comes forward, over to the right, so rounding the spine as you come back. And then chest comes forward, drawing circles from the base of the spine, slowly starting to warm up the vertebra, the chest and shoulders. Doing this as slow or as fast as you like. Maybe lingering in any spots. Need a little bit of sensation. And then switching directions. Or drawing these nice big circles. Maybe closing down the eyes. I always like to imagine myself as that little last bit of water that goes down the drain when you've had a full bath or sink. And slowly slowing down, finding back through center. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. And exhale, cactus the arms. So bending at the elbows, lifting the chest, chin up to the sky. Inhale, rounding forward, hugging an imaginary ball. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, hugging the imaginary beach ball. And exhale, cactus the arms open. Releasing, rolling out the shoulders in one direction. And the opposite direction. And just warming up the neck now. So letting the chin sink towards the sternum. And then drawing the right ear towards the right shoulder. So feeling that stretch across the left side neck. Keeping the chin slightly tucked. And exhale, releasing, switching sides. Left ear draws towards left shoulder. And coming back through center. Finding our way into all fours, tabletop position. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath hips. And then we're warming up with some round circles. So slightly different variation of cat-cow. We're going to first warm up by rotating the hips in one direction. Feeling into the vertebra, the joints in the hip. And then switching sides. Smooth and fluid like a wave. Think about the qualities of water. So nice and round motion here. And finding stillness flowing through cat and cow with the inhale and the exhale. Belly draws towards the earth, gazing forward, and exhale. Pressing yourself away. And then maybe from your cat pose, gently rocking backwards and forwards if this feels good. So you're rooting through all 10 fingers. You're gently rocking forward and back, finding back into a neutral spine, and then walking the hands slightly forward, and then rolling forward. So hips come down onto the mat, belly comes down, so you can be in a baby cobra, or if your back is feeling warm enough, you can come higher up, and then keeping the knees wide, bending, sitting back into child's pose. Forward rests on the earth. Inhale, rounding the spine up, threading yourself forward, coming into a cobra variation. So it helps having the feet quite far apart. Exhale, pressing the hips back into child's pose, melting the upper body towards the earth. Inhale, ripple forward, open the chest, and exhale. Child's pose for one breath. And then finding back into all fours tabletop, pressing the heels back into plank, activating those core muscles, breathing in. So think about having those wrists underneath the shoulders. One more breath. And exhale, bending the knees and then pressing the hips up and back. You might want to walk the feet slightly forward, so finding into a long-ish down dog. And then we're going to ripple the spine forward. So coming onto the tips of the toes, rippling forward, shoulders come over the wrists, and then bending into knees, pressing the hips back, downward facing dog. So Finding these spinal waves, imagining your favorite lake or beach destination, and maybe you can imagine what the waves they look like. Each one unique, but following this rhythm of coming towards the shore and retreating, and coming towards the shore and retreating. Okay, let's finding back into downward facing dog, pedaling out the legs. And exhale, finding back onto the knees, lifting yourself up into this high kneeling position. So you can keep the toes tucked if you want some added stability, or you can untuck the toes. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, and exhale, twisting over to the side. So left fingertips forward, right fingertips back. Inhale, twisting up. Exhale, over to the other side. Left fingers back, right hand forward, gazing towards the back fingers, if that's okay for your neck. Otherwise, keeping a gaze towards the middle line. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, we're going to sweep the arms down, sitting on our knees, arms come back. Inhale, up, arms up onto the knees. So with the exhale, we're sweeping the arms down, sitting on the heels. Think about drawing the forehead towards the mat. Inhale, scoops yourself up, finding length. Exhale. Inhale. 4 more. If you want to challenge your balance, you can close your eyes. And when you're done, finding back into this high kneeling position, tucking the toes. And from here, we're going to really challenge our balance a little bit. So keeping the knees about 2 fist width distance wide, tucking the back toes, and then maybe placing the hands on the mat at first for support, coming onto the toes. So you're squatting on the toes, the heels are up off the mat, hands can be on the mat for support, or you can open up the knees. So then bringing the heels to touch, come face you this way. So heels are touching, toes are apart, and then maybe bringing the hands in Anjali Mudra at the heart space. Focusing on a point just ahead of you that isn't moving, your drishti. And play around with this one a bit. It's a bit of a weird one, good balance. But we're embracing our fluidity here and finding into an unusual shape. If your toes are starting to burn, that's fine. You can bring the hands down to rest. And then bringing the knees back together if they were open, sitting in your toe squat. I'll come back to face you guys this way. And then slowly lifting yourself with the tips of the toes all the way up into a standing, keeping the heels raised and lifting the arms up towards the sky, embracing any wobbles. And exhale, release. Arms come down towards the earth, Uttanasana, forward fold. Big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Inhale, halfway lift, finding a nice flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step back into high plank. And flowing through chaturanga, so elbows bent, lowering yourself all the way to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog, opening up the chest. Tucking the toes, rolling over downward facing dog. Good job, everyone. Inhale, right leg lifts up towards the sky, step it forward. High lunge, sweeping the arms up, finding length. Nice strong foundation. And exhale, arms float behind. So bringing the chest towards the right knee. You don't really want to be resting on the thigh, but you can do that if you need a bit of added support. But if you want to activate your core muscles, your glutes, finding into flying airplane. Inhale, coming back into high lunge, and exhale, step it back into plank and sweeping the right foot up into three-legged dog. And from here, bending the right knee, opening up the right hip. And if it's in your practice, flipping your dog into wild thing, so stepping the right foot back, right arm sweeps up and over, finding into wild thing. This is totally optional. If you don't feel comfortable, stay in three-legged dog or down dog. Inhale, opening, feeling that spaciousness. And exhale, smooth and fluid, finding right hand back to the mat, lifting right leg. And exhale, step it down into downward facing dog. Good job. Inhale, step, jump, or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Good job. Taking a moment to connect back to the breath. The heart beating in the chest. When inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back into plank pose, flowing through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweeping the left toes up towards the sky. Step it forward high. Lunge. Inhale. Squaring the hips off to the front. The right heel can be lifted. Gazing forward. And then exhale, sweeping the arms down and behind. Each left. Coming towards the left leg. Finding that strength here. Inhale, lifting the arms, and exhale, step it back via plank and lifting the left leg all the way up into three-legged dog, bending the left knee, opening up the hip, and if it's in your practice, peeking underneath the left armpit, stepping the left leg all the way behind and flipping your dog. Wild thing. I'm running out of space here by my wall. And then exhale, flip it back, coming into three-legged dog, lifting the left leg. And finding downward facing dog. And just stay here for one breath. And then step, hop or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, palms to touch. Good job. Done. Connecting back to the sensation, the fluidity. And taking a moment to open your heart up to drink in this glorious day. And finding back to a seated position, closing our practice with 2 deep breaths in and out. Breathe in and out. Bringing hands to prayer. And thanking yourself for making the time to do something beneficial for yourself today. The hardest part is showing up, so well done for making it to the mat today. Namaste. And once again, thank you so much for practicing with me today. This is the water element of a 4-part element series, and I hope to see you in the other classes if I haven't already seen you over there. If you haven't subscribed, liked, shared, all of those good things, it really, really means a lot to me that you support the channel in this way. It means that more people can reach these classes, and it's just a really nice and easy, cheap, well, it's free way to support the channel. So yeah, please go ahead and do that, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon. All my love.